So hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now this video is going to be a compilation of trophy clips that I have gotten in the last couple of weeks here in The Hunter Call of the Wild. Now we're starting off with a beautiful level 3 male Capercaillie who does make diamond at 4.74. So actually a really good size diamond for these guys, quite a bit above that diamond requirement. Now, I do just want to start off in this video as we get started by apologising for lack of recent content. I've got a lot of stuff going on in my personal life with health, mental health, family stuff, just a lot going on. Plus, it has been really hard to get into really any decent Revontuli servers to continue my search for a diamond mountain hare. So that's been a huge struggle. But we did manage to get into a few good servers and we've had a few good trophies as you will see throughout this video, including that diamond Capercaillie and this huge diamond goldeneye. This is one of my biggest diamond goldeneye ever and he is an absolute beauty. As you can see, the diamond requirement is 1230 and this guy scores 1269.87, so a really huge amount over that diamond requirement. He's one of my biggest diamond goldeneye ever, so really happy to end up getting that trophy. Now, in the same server, this guy comes in and lands a level 3 Eurasian teal. Now, every time we see a level 3 Eurasian teal in one of these videos, I always talk about how beautiful these guys are, but they really are just absolutely stunning. Now, this one is a dark green plumage type, and he scores 355. Now, that's only 1 point above the diamond requirement, but still a really beautiful bird, and I was really happy to end up getting him. Also, just nice to get 2 diamond ducks in the same server. That's always really cool. Always nice to get a couple of trophies out of the same multiplayer server. Now, moving on to the next clip, and as you can see, we have a gigantic level 5 moose here. That is the big diamond rack, and, you know, even though I have shot a lot of diamond moose over the past year or so, whilst I've been doing all my moose great one grinds, every time I see that huge rack, it's always so exciting. That huge big diamond rack is just absolutely incredible. Now, I was hoping that this guy would be a 300 plus, you know, that this is the rack that can go over 300, so I had my fingers crossed, and he is actually over that 300 mark. He's 300.52 scoring, and he is max weight. So a really nice find down in this little corner of the map. This is the same little area of the map where I found my melanistic diamond whitetail in a previous video on multiplayer. It's always unchecked in this particular spot, and I come down here looking for mountain hare specifically because it's actually quite a good area for them, but there's also drink zones for moose and whitetail here, so I was really happy to see that guy whilst looking for hares. Now, moving on to the next clip, and this clip is actually from several months ago, and I actually lost the clip at the time, and I had no idea what happened to it. I found it recently whilst going through different folders. Somehow it ended up in a folder with one of my clips of one of my Great One Whitetail from Revontuli. They must have happened at roughly the same time, and the clips just ended up in the same folder. But this is actually a really cool trophy that I ended up getting, and I was so upset that I lost the clip because this is another red Willow Tagan, which is a very rare thing to see, and it's actually a gold scoring male at 675.08. And I remember when I shot it, I was really pleased to actually get a gold scoring one because the other ones I've shot were, you know, much smaller. But this is actually a really good size one, and like I said, these guys are really rare, so I was so sad when I lost this clip, and like I said, I was just going through all the different folders of clips that I have on my PC, and it was just tucked in a folder with a clip of a Great One Whitetail that I shot on my single player. So I assume they must have been, you know, within a couple of days of each other, and then I was sorting all the clips out and just accidentally this clip ended up in that folder. I'm so glad I managed to find it and actually managed to put it in a video, because I believe that particular Willow Tagan was in my Trophy Lodge tour, and it never ended up in a video, but finally now it does actually get to be in a video, which is really cool. Now, moving on to this next clip, and we have a gigantic level 3 whitetail. Now, when I first spotted him out here, I thought that this guy could be something really, really special. Now, unfortunately, there was also a lynx here, and as I was trying to line up for a shot, the lynx ran past and ended up spooking this giant whitetail. I ended up having to chase this guy for absolutely ages, because as I was trying to follow this whitetail, the lynx kept spooking in front of me and then spooking the whitetail further and further away. And then a guy joined the session, got on an ATV and drove straight towards me, and I was panicking that I wasn't actually going to get to shoot this whitetail, because when I saw this guy, I had an inkling that he could be something very, very special. I don't know why, I just thought that he looked bigger than any level 3 whitetail I had ever seen. So as soon as he gave me that shot opportunity there, as you will see, I made it count and dropped him on the spot. And just looking at him, I thought he looked massive, and then picking him up, he is actually what I suspected he might be. He is a max score diamond whitetail at 275.53. As far as we know, that is the max score for a normal level 3 diamond whitetail. And it is something I have never achieved in all of my thousands of whitetail kills in single player and all the diamonds I've shot in multiplayer. You know, I've had a few where I've thought that they were really big looking, but when I saw this guy, I just knew that there was something special about him. And it's funny, he's not even max weight, he's 99.80 kgs, but it seems like a lot of these max scores never seem to be max weight, but oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. Such a lucky find, and lucky to end up getting him in the end. Just an insane chase for an insane buck. Now, moving on to this next clip, and this is also an insane encounter. This was right outside a lodge, down on the sort of bottom left of Revontouli. Literally, I got a call from a female raccoon dog as I was just running on the path outside this lodge. And I looked for the call and I saw immediately that it was an albino, which is absolutely insane. For her to be literally, I don't even know, a couple hundred meters outside the lodge that I spawned at was absolutely crazy. And again, I was there to run that road for mountain hare because I find a lot of mountain hares there. And literally, I think this was the second animal I spotted. Absolutely crazy. Just an incredible, incredible animal. I've only ever had one other albino raccoon dog, and it was also a female. And these guys are just really, really, really rare. So really lucky to end up finding her. If anyone else had gone to that lodge, they would have found her because she was right outside that lodge. Just absolutely crazy luck. Now, moving on to another very, very cool rare. And I've got to be honest, one that I wasn't even really aware existed. Now, in my previous highlights sort of compilation for the Hunter Call of the Wild, looking at some trophies that I'd shot, we ended up shooting a leucistic female tufted duck. Now, as far as I was aware, there was only one variation for female leucistic tufted duck. I was wrong. When I saw this female tufted duck actually circling to come in and land, I wasn't 100% sure what I was looking at. To start off with the sunlight and everything, I thought it might have been an albino, but then I could see that there were definitely darker coloured feathers, and when she actually came in and landed, I could see that it must be some kind of leucistic. And finally getting to take a closer look at it, we can see, yes, it is another leucistic. This is the other leucistic variant. So I did a bit of research, and there are actually just the two leucistic variants for female tufted duck. And it's really funny because I was only aware of the one existing, which was the one I ended up getting in the previous video. And then I get this one in this video, which is so cool. And I actually think that this variant might be my favourite of the two. I just really like the sort of patchy look to the feathers. It looks really, really cool. It has that same orange coloration as the other leucistic variant, but more white feathers in there as well. It just looks really, really different, and I was so excited to see something that I'd never seen pictures of before. Really a very, very cool bird to end up getting. Now, moving on to the next clip, and this was something that got me so, so excited. I picked up that disturbed vegetation and it said pale, and then I pick up the track, and it's from a male Capercaillie. Now, the only rare I didn't have for Capercaillie was a pale, and as soon as I picked up that track, I was super, super excited. It was from a max weight estimate male too, so I was hoping, you know, maybe it could be a level 3, but it was a level 2, and I was just checking there that I had shot the right bird, because as soon as I saw that he was going to flee, I wasn't messing around, I was shooting this bird as quickly as possible, because multiplayer and tracking birds can be such a pain, and I have ended up losing birds in the past before because of tracks in multiplayer bugging out and just not, you know, not being left. So as soon as I saw this guy, I just was not taking any risks. I had to shoot him. And he is a gold scoring pale Capercaillie. So this means now I have one of each of the rare variants for the Capercaillie, which is pretty cool. I'm still missing, I think, one of the leucistic variants for the males, but this is so, so cool. I really, really wanted to get a pale male, and it is just an incredible looking bird. I mean, that is awesome. I always wanted to get one of these, and I'm so, so excited that I managed to find one. As soon as I picked up that disturbed vegetation, I knew there was only 2 things it could be. There are only 2 things on Revontuli Coast that can leave a pale disturbed vegetation track, and that is a Capercaillie, specifically a male Capercaillie, only the males can be pale, or a hazel grouse. And now I already had a pale female hazel grouse, but I did not have a pale Capercaillie, so this was so, so cool. And as soon as I picked up that track, I knew that I had the track of an incredibly rare animal on my hands, whether it was a hazel grouse or a Capercaillie. But I'm so glad it ended up being a Capercaillie, and I have one of these guys in my trophy lodge now. But finally, to end this video, we have a clip of something that I just couldn't believe happened. As you can see, we have another rare mountain hare, which is just insane. So, telling the story of what happened here. This particular server, I joined it, I ran around for a bit, I found the tracks of a max weight female mountain hare, and then it said I kept getting disconnected. Now, I'm not actually sure if I was being disconnected or if the host was kicking me, but I kept rejoining and rejoining and rejoining, and I kept getting, it said disconnected over and over again. But I was determined to find that female and see if it was a level 3. I found it, it ended up being another level 2, and it wasn't even a very big level 2, I think it was just barely a, you know, a smallish gold, so that was really disappointing. And then I ran a few more 100 meters up this road, and this molting male rare mountain hare just literally just walks across the road in front of me, and I was like, are you kidding? This is my 4th rare mountain hare. I have 2 moltings with 2 different furs. So there's 2 variants for the moltings. I have one of each, and I have 2 albinos. But I have no diamond mountain hare still, which is absolutely insane. If I had not picked up that track for that max weight female and I'd got disconnected, I maybe wouldn't have kept trying so sort of insistently to rejoin the server. But I did, and it ended up getting us this beautiful rare male. I mean, that is a very beautiful coat. The molting mountain hare basically look piebald. They're very, very beautiful. And it's cool now that I have the 2 different variations for them. And, you know, it's cool that I've got 2 albinos as well, but my gosh, can I please find a level 3? It feels like just such, like, a weird curse. I can find all the rare mountain hares. I cannot find a single level 3. I cannot tell you how many max weight tracks I have followed at this point, but it is insane. And they are always a level 2, and never a level 2 that's even big enough to make diamond. So, it's just crazy. I hope one day I can find a level 3. But I won't complain about finding the rares because, you know, any trophy mountain hare is really hard to come across. So getting a rare like this is really cool. And actually, this is my favourite for the molting mountain hare variants. I think this one looks really cool. So very, very happy to end up getting him. But that is going to be it for this video. A lot of really crazy trophies in this video, like the Albino Raccoon dog, another rare mountain hare, the leucistic female tufted duck, a pale Capercaillie, finally. you know, some trophies that I'm just so excited to share in here. And not forgetting a max score diamond whitetail, which is a really rare thing. There, you know, are people with even more kills than I've had with whitetail that have never seen that score pop up. And like I said, just as soon as I saw him, I thought that might be what he was, which is why I was so insistent about following him and making sure I got that buck on the ground. And like I said, it was scary with the guy turning up on the ATV and everything. So yeah, just a wild couple of weeks with these trophies, and hopefully I'll manage to get into some more multiplayer sessions if I can get lucky enough to find some that are actually, you know, not hacked and are open and good and everything. But yeah, that is going to be it for this one. So thank you so much for watching and for all your support as always. Really hope you have enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.